We are the conscious evolution. Welcome to the Church of Love. I am Dana Eugene. How are we all doing today? Are you hearing it? You paying attention? You going to answer that phone? You're being called. Creator's calling all of us right now. If you're not paying attention, the end is coming. Okay, this is creating a weird shadow. Let's try that. We'll do the backwards hat thing. I brushed my hair yet this morning. Don't want to freak out the world with crazy hair. No, seriously, y'all. You see all the stuff that's been going on over the last so many years. Just got one this morning watching the Inspired channel, and that's Branson and Bill Gates and, that whole little moron squad there creating, get this, trying to create breast milk. Yeah, man. Making some stuff that is just like real breast milk. Well, isn't that just a weird coincidence, seeing as there happens to be a shortage and of all things for no apparent reason other than this, of course, formula. Man, if people aren't paying attention, really, I don't want to be rude, but the Bugs Bunny white glove slap thing, that's what I want to do. Pay attention, people. I've been told over and over, I keep looking up because to look at the skies. A lot of signs coming from there. They're not getting it, man. I mean, come on. These guys are trying to make breast milk. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there is a shortage of formula. Interesting. I also find it interesting, this weird thing was circulated around some years back called Event 201. And you know what Event 201 was? It became the COVID epidemic. Yeah, it was all planned out. Strange thing is, well, you know who decided to make vaccines? Bill Gates. Hey, look at all the food issues we're having right now. Guess who owns the most land in America? Bill Gates. Man, this shit's easy, man. It's like basic math. We can see what these people are doing from a mile away. System's coming to an end, y'all. That's the true end. Not exact flaming end of the earth. Although, fortunately, not a lot of us humans are God, or, we might bring it to that kind of end. I've often said I'd have crumpled this thing up like a old piece of paper. I wrote some shit on I didn't like one day. If I ran everything, do it in the wastebasket. I don't really believe that way, but there was a point when things were that way. Anyways, people need to pay attention. Don't get me started on 9/11 or any of this other stuff. For years, they have been feeding us bullshit, making up stories, and then playing out the stories within our worlds. And literally trying to turn us into a slave race. I mean, think about this shit, That whole breast milk thing, well, that covers a lot of areas. This whole, no offense to anybody, but transgender agenda they are pushing to confuse everybody to death. And don't nobody take offense to that. Well, I mean, you can take offense if you want. I can't stop you. But I'm not saying it to be offensive. I just know there's some people who's been in for reassignment surgery and end up years later suicidal, This shit popped up out of nowhere. I've been here 50 years. I've watched what happens. You got a bunch of people out there, like younger people, going, talking trash as far as the boomers, the generation before my generation. Well, let me tell you what, youngins, the boomers is what busted open things and started this whole process with this awakening. They're the ones that went to, the Far East and brought over meditation and all these things. They're the ones that expanded their minds and caused the system to go into breakneck speed of destroy society. Because that's what happened. when people started to awaken their minds, they said these bastards will not live in our cul-de-sacs. They won't do like we told them to and have 2.5 kids and a dog and a cat and, praise their flag, worship their country, and we'll call it patriotism. No. The false world they made for us was not being accepted. So then, bam, the end of the 60s came, there was race riots and all kind of shit. It was all pushed by the other side. That's why during the 80s, TV went the direction it did. They're like, you know what? We'll just confuse them all, make them hate each other. They can fight over sports and stuff, do all these things, and we'll just totally control them. Then one day we'll take all the land and everything else, and they won't be able to grow their own food. We'll give them a basic universal income check, scare them into their houses with things they can't see. Say the boogeyman is out to get you. Wear a hazmat suit. Because the boogeyman comes as a fog that goes up your nose and will infect your brain. Woo! Here, we got a vaccine for that. Pay attention, man. I'm not kidding you. I've been working with the front desk for some years now. Front desk. Don't ask me where it's at. I'm talking the other side, man. Whoever controls stuff here. Yeah. But anyways, I'll just say the creator. We'll go with that. And I've even got shit with that one before. And it doesn't matter. You call him creator, source, God. Some people just get triggered. Whatever. It's a great energy that's beyond comprehension or explanation anyways. So, not even going to try and give a name. We'll just call it the front desk. Yeah. Me and a whole bunch of people. Whole bunch of other people. And there's been people that's been working with these different things for way longer than I have. And I say different things because I'm meaning like different concepts, different exercises to reprogram your mind and get your heart space back. Your heart space has been affected. That's the big thing. Got to bring it back to the Christ of light. That's no joke. That's no, I'm just blowing sunshine up your ass and talking nice things. Nope. It's true. Your heart belongs to the one. When your heart is within the Christ of light, everything changes. You don't need anybody to tell you what sin and all this stuff is. Your heart tells you what's right and what's wrong. And it's really easy because it doesn't feel. You feel horrible if you do something horrible. You feel beautiful if you do something beautiful. It's really easy. You just got to stop listening to what man's telling us. That's what the true meaning of the number of the beast is taking on man's world. Screw this place. It's trying to eat you alive, man. You got a group like, it's like being in high school and having some stupid clique with Branson and Bill Gates and all these idiots that think they run everything, think they're so high above everybody. I just take a rocket and we'll just go up into space because I can do whatever I want. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. We've seen what happened when one satellites fell out of the sky. Trippy thing is, the front desk a couple years ago told me, hey, you know that passage where they say the stars shall fall from the skies? Watch what happens to those satellites. And I went, well, that was a weird thought pattern. Until about a couple months ago, when them satellites fell from the skies, and the front desk came back to me and said, hey, remember what I told you a couple years ago? Yeah, have a nice day. And I went, whoa. You ain't messing around, are you? But I'm serious, people. Pay attention to what's really going on. Read between the lines. Don't let the news boggle your head with a bunch of crap like, we're going to rescind your rights to abortions. Dude, it's just more garbage to get people unfocused, to get them out of their heart space. You see these people getting really, really passionate and emotional about this whole thing, doing the protesting and stuff, they're not in their heart space, man. They're not evolving consciously. It's not happening because man stole their heart. Yeah. Don't let it happen. We all have issues. I started out life great. Didn't get no trouble, full of love. And then at some point, I became part of this world. Even got to the point of where I had pretty much said you could bury me upside down so the world would kiss my ass. Which is not my true nature at all. Matter of fact, I'd kind of like to be put in a burlap sack root ball thing with a tree and be tree food. But that's a whole nother story. I don't need put in a box. That's a waste of space. I mean, you could just cremate me, but I seen that idea, I don't know, a few months ago. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. You get a tree, you put the person in the burlap sack with the tree, and the tree roots use you as food. And then there's a big old tree. You can call the tree Danny Eugene. Anyways, pay attention out there. You're being constantly lied to, misdirected, having your time and energy stolen from a bunch of idiots. And the problem is everybody's running around saying we can't stop them. I can tell you one thing, there's definitely help, and especially with these rich assholes. Stop supporting them. Stop buying their stuff and using their stuff. I know I'm battling with stuff in my own mind because of old, man, I'm really trying to watch my language on this stuff, but I ain't going to call him by the nickname. I'll call him Zuckerberg, but replace that Z with an F, and that's really what I feel about him. I think he's what do you call that? Cyborg. Yeah, works for CIA. Kind of like Data from Star Trek. Yeah, yep. And Facebook's run by the CIA, and I'm still on Facebook. Mainly use Messenger, but I kind of like to go there and stir up shit sometimes. Why? Because it's a great big social experiment. That's freaking rude as crap. So, yeah, I like to mess with their AI and give them a little bit of headaches here and there. But there is part of me that's sitting there saying, you know what? I ain't bothering Zuckerberg or none of them. They don't give a shit what I do. They're probably laughing because they think they're still making something off me, but that's okay. Because in the background, me and my friends, well, are changing the world. And by the way, voting is ludicrous. I've said this over and over. I'm an ex-election official. Voting is a waste of your time. If y'all want to do everybody a huge favor, when it comes time to vote, screw being Republican, Democrat, liberal, anything in between. Just be loving people that love one another. March your asses up to these state houses and up to the White House and tell them we refuse to vote and get the hell out. You have that right. To tell them all to get the hell out of office. And if they don't, well, that's why there's some other amendments at the top there that were actually enacted, and I'm not getting into that right now. You know what I mean. Same reason that there's groups of people in this country that start with an M, which they make them sound like they're really bad. But the funny thing is the forefathers are the ones that, called to have these, and those get enacted when the governments don't listen to us. Yeah. I'm not telling anybody to go and do anything stupid or, going to revolt and overthrow no government or nothing. But I am telling you, if you don't like their shit, don't work with it. Stop voting. Stop buying stuff from idiots you don't like. That's simple. A lot of it's money involved anyway, so if you cut off their money source, they're going to just do whatever you want so they can get your money back again. And as far as the politicians, big evil ones that run the world and all that, They're a bunch of devil worshippers. They're all going to turn each other in and burn in some made up hell they created. Okay, maybe that was a bit crazy. But anyways, whatever really is the case with these people, they've gotten too far out of control and they'll take themselves out, you know. There's no honor amongst thieves. They'll all rat each other out. You know, they've already done sloppy work and the things they do and are getting busted, you know. I mean, you're just seeing people from the royal family get in trouble, you know. Catholic Church, you name it. All these control mechanisms, they're going down. The biggest thing we got to do is stop supporting their systems. And a lot of people came from my generation. They're just giant antennas, man. You know, what we feel, we broadcast. We feel a great awakening. We feel love. That stuff just exudes from us. So, you know, we walk around, it's just spreading that energy everywhere. You know, the more you start to figure out inside yourself, you know, you're like one of the X-Men of some ancient priest class sent to the earth to, you know, and start to come into that whole thought pattern and get out of the whole thought pattern where you're just some, you know, basic dude that got picked on in school and had some lousy job or whatever. You know, realize who the hell you really are, what you really are, why you're here. That energy just starts to expand more and more, wake up more and more peoples. And like I said, man, it's all just physics, metaphysics, energy, you know, Tesla, everything's vibration, man. You change the vibration, what happens is, like I said, when you, with the music thing and canceling out notes, you know, by going a couple octaves higher, you know, as compared to the lower note and the lower note being canceled out by the higher octave in that same note. Well, that's what we're doing. We're canceling out the low crap. So pay attention, man. I mean, these dudes are out there trying to make fake breast milk. And at the same time, oh, there's some weird shortage on uh formula. Somebody told me the other day, well, there's this main machine and they just don't want to pay the money to get it going right. Man, as soon as this happened, I went, all right, what's the angle here? Just like that Roe versus Wade thing. All right, what's the angle here? Redirect. Somebody's trying to steal our time and attention. Must be something else going on. Are they trying to pass some kind of bill through Congress we don't like? Yeah. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Please pay attention. And answer the damn phone. I'm telling you, man. You don't want to get a point where it's too late. I'd suggest you pick it up. Anyways, peace and love to y'all. Remember, we are the conscious evolution. You have a great day, evening, whatever it is, and you're a little part of this big old earth. And me and Mickey Dog will talk to y'all later. Peace be with you. And pay attention and answer that phone.